to a game when you haven't played since week 2 last year, and just having this first game in Folsom, the fans, Ralphie, all that stuff. Just how much energy is flowing through you and this team right now with all that?
Oh, I'm super excited because this is a little bit of a family rivalry for me too. My brother, he was the first to go play Division I football, and he played at UNC a few years back, so it's kind of fun getting back at them a little bit. And yeah, a little in-state rivalry. It's not quite the showdown we usually have, but it'll be fun getting back on the field. So.
Are you excited to run behind Ralphie again?
I am excited to run behind Ralphie again. It'll be cool being under a first-year Ralphie because she's a little smaller. She's getting used to it. It'll be fun seeing her mature throughout the year. So I'm sure the first run won't look like the first run won't look like the last. So.
Growing up, were you a Broncos fan?
I really wasn't until my uncle came to the Broncos because he was with the Patriots for a little while and then the Eagles. And I moved around as a kid, so I didn't have a hometown team. And then once he came here, I kind of settled in. And then I was a huge Broncos fan, yes, sir.
So do you know about Ed McCaffrey? He's obviously the coach on the other sidelines. I know
yes, sir.
Opposing coaches don't really, have much to do with it, but to just talk about going up against a Broncos legend.
Oh, yes, sir. It's very cool knowing the history there is there, and watching him growing up, playing with him in Madden. I think I played his kid in basketball growing up too, because I don't know where he played, but in those little tournaments growing up, AAU basketball and everything, I think me and Dylan played each other. So square back off again this weekend.
Brady, I know just prepping for UNC has probably been significantly different than other teams in the past because there's not really much to go off in terms of game film.
Yes, sir.
Coach McCaffrey and that staff up there, a lot of them are new, but how important is it going to be for you guys to kind of just focus on yourselves and your ability to make adjustments in game and just kind of make sure that you guys are ready to go as opposed to maybe worrying about what they can do to you?
Yes, sir. That's huge. We don't have much at all on him, but one of the things we've been focusing on this whole season and mostly this whole fall camp is that we control what we control and we control how we play. We don't want the other team to have any effect. It doesn't matter if we're playing UNC or if we're playing A&M. We should play to our standard. We aren't going to play to the standard, down to the standard of the other team. We're going to play at our standard, which is up here. So.
And some of the coaches and players we've talked to over the last week or so have mentioned digging up some old Broncos film, some old Valor Christian stuff. How helpful, or I guess not very helpful, has that been, just to be able to go off that film, which you do have to take with a grain of salt?
Yeah, it's helpful, but I think it's kind of at the same time, I'm like you just said, I'm taking it with a grain of salt. And while I'm prepared for the looks and things that they might do from that old film, I'm mostly just worrying about myself, because if I mean, they can throw whatever look they want at me. If I have the correct footwork and the right hand placement and everything, then I can control what I need to control, and they won't have any effect on me with whatever they do. So.
Alec Pell was listed number 2 behind you on the depth chart.
Yes, sir.
So what have you seen out of him this preseason?
Alec's real physical. He likes hitting, which is fun. It's fun having me and him and Matt, the Colorado boys, kind of up there representing for each other. And we work all really well together, and it's fun having Alec next to me because he likes to get his head in there just the same way that I do. And he's a good route runner too, so it's good having another pair of hands on the field so we can kind of do anything out of any personnel packaging. So that's a good addition that we have in there.
What do you see out of Brendan Lewis as he prepares to make his first start? I'm assuming you have confidence in him, and if so, why?
Absolutely. Brendan's a gamer, and you could tell that last year when he came in against Texas. He came in and showed flashes of stuff we'd never seen because once he's in the game, he's locked in, and he's looked amazing all at camp. He's looked incredible. So I'm really excited to have him throwing the ball. Looking forward to running routes for him, finding windows, doing things for him, and helping out a young quarterback, because obviously that can be a stressful situation. Your first year, you're the man this year. It's not like you're getting tossed in and everybody's hoping the best for a year. That you have high expectations from the start. So I just want to be consistent for him and help him along the way.
How has Nate Lamon looked in camp? I think a lot of people are wondering how he's going to look coming off that Achilles.
Oh, he's looked better than ever. Oh, yeah, he's looked better than ever.
Really?
Absolutely. That's not an exaggeration either. He just rehabbed so hard. He worked so hard. Yeah, me and him kind of had a similar offseason. His obviously was worse. But it's been fun working with him, working back into things and trying to get back up to speed of where we were. And I think both of us have worked past where we were in the past. And we're a lot better and more mature players than we've been before.
Talks out of you for yourself, also getting back. I mean, after you missed basically 5 games.
Pretty much the whole season,
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. It's, it's kind of overwhelming almost because you just put in so much time. And I had that whole entire off season last year, whole fall camp, everything, just to go out one game. So finally getting that opportunity to come back, have a full season, I'm thrilled. And I know I said that every interview I've had this fall camp, but the closer we're getting, the more excited I'm getting. So.
Have you sensed that under Carl and his offense, there's more of an emphasis on the tight end than maybe in past years? It seems there was a period here in CU football where the tight ends were forgotten men for a while. Do you sense that under Carl, there's more of an emphasis on that position?
Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely. There wasn't a huge emphasis on it in the past, but I think they also didn't have a lot of depth, and I had to prove myself before they'd trust me. They can't just, there's redshirt freshman former walk-on Brady Russell, let's throw him the ball 10 times. Like, that's not going to happen. So I had to prove myself, and then along with Coach Durrell coming in with his NFL past, he knows the importance of the tight end. So those two things kind of coming together, and then having more depth in the room, I think all of it is like a perfect storm to start emphasizing the use of the tight end more, not only in the pass game, but especially in the run game, because we can bring a lot to the table.